So we're going to go ahead and get started. This is a public zoning hearing for the city of Odem. Coastal Bend Lots has petitioned the city of Odem to consider a change of zoning from A agricultural district to R3 residential district, small lot, resulting in a change to the future land use map. So it is now 9:37. We're going to go ahead and get started. We have Commissioner Ruben Gonzalez here, and he wants to say a few words before we get started.
Guys, Mayor, Council, just kind of wanted to. Also, I have met with the sheriff, maybe getting some of his guys that are on community service, maybe some of the prisoners get out here and clean up our main street, bring in our front end loader, and get some sweeping and stuff get done, and bulk trash picked up. Sal will be in contact with you to coordinate a date. Sheriff is on board on that. We're excited to work together and get you guys. Mary, you got anything?
Well, I mean, if you guys, if y'all need, if the sheriff can bring these trustees out to help out, if y'all need weed eaters or anything like that, small equipment, get with Sal and we'll get with the maintenance guys, and they're welcome to use them, to get some of those weeds and stuff knocked down if they need them. We have all that stuff available, and again, shovels, anything that you guys need, just get with Sal and our maintenance crew.
Brooms, or we plan to pick up, and we're gonna bring in the backhoe right in behind them, use that as the wheelbarrow with police escort, clean up the sidewalks and all that.
I think we do. I think we have a lot of that equipment that our regular maintenance guys use, but that would be greatly appreciated, especially the main boss. It's really hard for our maintenance guys because, it's high traffic area. We'd have to kind of, do some use multiple guys to try to keep the traffic, exactly. So if the sheriff's willing to help and with you guys, I mean, that'd be fantastic. Looking forward to that.
So you can give me an equipment count. That way we're lacking. I don't want to have 6 brooms and 12 guys, kind of. So that way I can bring some of our stuff and make sure that we coordinate that together.
Sure. Okay.
Yes,
Commissioner, I see you have that extra, you got that big old property up there. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud. Can we put maybe a couple of Connex boxes for our road barriers to put in there? In the back corner, just, those boxes, those freighter boxes?
Like storage for, what do y'all want to store?
Because we got the street signs that we always put the barriers, and we just got them thrown everywhere.
Yeah, we don't really have a real specific place where we store those things. They're in the old maintenance shop, and they're not very well, so we can, and we really don't have.
Let's get together and see what we got. I don't know if we got warehouse room inside our county thing, and maybe give you a slot there that way you don't have to buy a Connex box or something. I know we got some cover there, and we'll just designate one of those for y'all.
Okay.
Be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And if y'all need to use, I guess, I can use some of this.
Well, we're gonna be able to work out of that area. That way we're, servicing Ed Roy in the Bethel area here in Odem. That way we're close by. So we'll have guys in and out through there. And like I said, I'll give you guys a code or a key to be able to get in, get out.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And also during hurricane season, maybe we can coordinate something, for brush or something like that, later on down the line, just.
That's something I was gonna get with Sal as far as where we can have a brush area, because, like I said, we'll have the grapple and stuff, be able to pick that up. That way we can have a clean up. Some people can drop off, and I know we have a lot of disabled and elderly that don't have the means, but they can get it to the street. But that'll be until I get in and then decide what area we're gonna be working on. That'll give me some time to, I'll coordinate that with Sal. That way we can put a little notice out for our Bethel area and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I know that we could definitely use the help. I mean, even though we do have a few extra maintenance guys now than we did before, but over the last 2 years dealing with the infrastructure issues, the issues with the wastewater treatment plant, the water improvement project, with the new pumps and stuff, they kind of get pulled away from some of those things that need to be, and I think Councilman Dominguez has also talked about, cleaning up some of the streets and the curbs, and, because we end up having a lot of flooding issues when the curbs and the gutters get, clogged up, because, I mean, obviously, if you don't maintain them on a regular basis, they become a problem. So, having the county help us out, I mean, we're looking forward to it for sure.
Absolutely. So Sal, if you can get me, if I have the tractors here this week, probably let's just count on like Tuesday or something. If you can give me like a list of area, I know we're going to be back there, but if we're already here, there's a couple other spots that we need to hit. Let's do it while we're here.
Fantastic.
You got to drive around and kind of find out something that you think needs a little attention. That way our guys can get there, and then your supervisor can tell them, hey, come to this area and cut that. That'll be something easy that we can do. Being that we're here.
You didn't know by Tuesday, you said?
I should have the equipment here by Tuesday.
So you need the information by at least Monday, probably?
Yeah, Monday, afternoon or so, let me know if you got time, drive around and find other hot spots. I don't, it's not a problem coming back and do medical, but if I'm here, I can make a day out of whatever we need to do. So.
I think the other thing that sometimes we can definitely use is we don't really have a mechanic or even a vendor that we can take our heavy equipment to maintenance. So once you get in, maybe the county has a vendor that works on, this equipment, backhoes, all this heavy equipment, that we can maybe kind of get in with them as well, so we can get some of our equipment up and running as well.
We'll coordinate that, work that together. Sometimes we get a MOU going or something, an agreement, we'll be able to help out depending on, I know my guy's pretty busy. We had 2 guys, but we're down to 1. So I had to see his workload, but helping each other out, that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, even if you guys have a vendor
Right.
that that they were using, that the county uses,
I'll have my mechanic, Dave, real nice guy, come by and talk to you, Sal. I'll give you a number, and that way if you got any questions, where he's getting his materials and parts, and any kind of a contact. That way y'all can coordinate that together. That'd be great.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate it, Commissioner. Thanks. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
I've got my number, all 4 of y'all. So if y'all got any questions, call me. Appreciate it.
You have a new
Appreciate
number?
it for your time.
I don't have a new number, but y'all can call me on.
All right.
some number.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, thank
So,
Hey, Ruben.
Sal, are they going to come in, or?
I would assume they're gonna be here because they were kind of on top of it. But, I think it's more for the public anyway, to ask questions or voice a concern. So I think it's kind of we do a 15 minutes, see if anyone shows up, and then we can close it. But we have everything going for us today.
They do not want anything from the city. No drugs, no nothing, just basically they come in and do their water drugs and.
They'll do all the infrastructure.
And it's just the speaker.
That piece right there, this is going to be donated to the city for It's gonna be like a reservoir, so it's gonna be a little bit lower than the rest of the property. So when it rains, but when it's not, we'll be able to use that as a park.
So we have 2 acres from, what's that street?
South Fourth Street.
I see one on South Fourth.
And then the county road back on the backside.
Over here off of,
That one?
Yeah, they got two
there's
entrances.
one, and then there's another entrance on County Road,
Okay.
the one that goes out to Bethel.
Okay.
And so when we get into that, they're gonna have where the fire hydrants are gonna be at and everything.
Yeah, they'll provide us for all that stuff.
Okay.
And what are they asking for as far as lot size?
Small, just 110 instead of 40 instead of 50, I think.
Okay.
I think we allow 50. I think 50 by 100.
Yeah, they wanted smaller lots, and
Smaller lot.
and that was why we went R3 rather than R1.
Okay.
Because, and really, and I spoke to you about this earlier, that we probably need to, when we eventually need to go back and kind of revamp our planning and zoning, even the names and what they incorporate, we obviously after this, we definitely need to update the map to reflect that it's a residential area. But the R3 was a little confusing because initially when you look at it, it looks like it's for multifamily use for apartments and stuff like that, but it actually includes small lots.
Okay.
So, and I talked to Councilman Rota about it, and we're kind of talking about it with the developer. And we decided that R3 was probably the best way to go, just because it didn't sort of lock them in. It gave a little more wiggle room with the allotments for the sizes.
Okay. So the minimum lot size, they want to go from 50 to 40, and then the lot depth, 110 feet.
Right.
And then the front setback is 20 feet. What is it right now? Are we changing? Is there any variance to the front?
The setback's 20 now.
It's 20 still. Okay.
But
And then the side yard width, 5 feet on each side. I think,
Right.
isn't it 7 right now?
7 right now.
Okay. And then the minimum rear yard depth will be 15.
Yeah, that's 20 now. And
So the piece of land that they're gonna donate that to the city?
what they're calling sort of, I always forget if it's retention or detention.
Okay.
But basically, that's where the drainage is gonna go. And then, like I said, that land eventually will get turned over to the city to maintain at some point. But it's got park use potential. And Mayor and I were pretty excited about the idea of putting a park on that side of town.
8.38.
Mhm.
Pretty good size. And like I said, that side of town, I mean, like growing up here, like you'd have to cross the highway to get to a park.
Oh, that's good, yeah,
You know,
especially for that side of town. for
Yeah,
the young ones
Veterans
that are-
Park's hard to get to by walking, but once you put something like that in there, it's in walking distance for a lot of people, a lot of kids. So lots of potential there.
So they're looking at 150 lots. The homes will vary in size from 1,000 square feet to 2,000 square feet and have 1 or 2 car garages. Anticipated sale price would be 200,000 to 275. And they said that once they start building, it'd take about 18 months.
But that's the last time we talked to you about
Okay.
So what about the lift station out there? We're gonna be able to handle all that?
Yes,
It will?
yes. We talked to Terry Miser, our wastewater maintenance water supervisor. And
We're good.
And
obviously this growth though, it does kind of push that issue of, we need to start talking about expansion. I mean, it's something it's not imperative now, but we have to start planning. So we're not,
For the sewer plant.
right, for the sewer.
Yeah,
sorry.
for the wastewater
So,
treatment
like,
plant.
the next few years, we need to start planning and building and putting money aside, and hopefully, like I said, we can, once we start getting our audits up to date, we can start looking at grants. But we definitely starting to, I know Mayor's been bringing that up quite a bit about, with all this development coming in, we need to start planning.
There's nothing wrong with going ahead and start the planning process.
Oh, yeah.
I think you had a plan when you first came in, and you had a 3-year or 4-year plan, you know, and that way you're there when you're there, because it does take a long time.
Yeah,
But eventually with houses coming in,
And so far, just to not get off too much topic, but to kind of stay in the same area of expansion regarding this particular development was Parker ISG. You know, they're going to come in on Tuesday to give a presentation, introduce themselves to some council members who haven't met with them, and give them, they did an assessment of the area, including our wastewater treatment plant.
that's great.
With some upgrades in a plan. We're under no commitment, of course.
Right.
But what we can do, and actually, Mr. Bain was one who brought this up yesterday in terms of we can use this, and not necessarily them, but we could be them, to help us develop a capital improvement plan, and that could be, you know, if this works out with Parker SG, you know, they're a turnkey situation. If they go out there, they assess, they plan, they get the financing, they do all the planning, the engineering stuff. It's it's a huge relief.
I was gonna say, it takes that burden.
Yeah, it's on the city, you know, because you have the experts all in one shop, you know, and they kind of take care of all that stuff. But we can definitely down the line or start talking about, you know, what's it going to take to get to this point, you know.
yeah,
I'm just glad that this is happening, because that lot's been there forever.
So
yeah.
the sewer line, where's the sewer line gonna be at? Because if we need to do the sewer line, because this is an older state, this is a real old neighborhood, so I don't know where they're gonna hook up the sewer, because I know they're gonna have brand new sewer pipes. But where are we gonna hook up over here? Where's that at?
That would have, I had that answer and I can't remember the top of my head right now.
I think you said it was on the county road, I think,
Yes.
when we were talking.
Is that gonna be?
It would be near the county road in relation to the location of the lift station. But what I'll do is I'll get with Miser on Monday and confirm everything with him about that.
Yeah, because this lift station's at the corner here, and the sewer line runs down this towards the sewer plant, towards lift station one, I think it is.
Right here, right.
Yeah. So this is this lift station 5, I think, and then I think 1 is over here closer to the plant. So it runs parallel to the county road this way, but in here where the community is
That's what
at,
I'm thinking about. I don't know.
on Turner, I don't know what side
kind
it
of-
runs.
You know, remember, 'cause we have all these collapse over here on this one over here with clay pipes.
Yeah, so I'm not sure the one on Turner.
Just, you know, FYI, just to make sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
If not, get in there.
Like I said, we've had multiple conversations.
I believe
we covered that, but I'll get with Jerry Miser about that.
See, water lines, we shouldn't have a problem, but just is the sewer.
So-
Houses.
Do we-
It doesn't break out how many, but yeah, it does, I think, right? The fire hydrants, that resident?
Yeah, it should be in the back page.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's in there.
Yeah, the digital copy is a little easier to sort of zoom in on.
So we'll,
Yeah, just.
do we have to have another public
We
hearing
do have
after this?
another public hearing, and that's gonna be, I think I have that.
What's going on?
DPS.
So the second public hearing will be February 4th. That'll be 15 minutes prior to our regular meeting in February.
So let's make sure that we send out and that we post this on the library's bulletin board out there about the public hearing
Yes.
with enough notice. And let's make sure that maybe we can send some stuff out to, with the water bill to people, you know, so they can at least be a lot of this. Yeah, especially that area, because a lot of those folks don't have, you know, they don't look at Facebook and, you know, that kind of
Well,
stuff.
Mayor, quick, just FYI, I remember back in the day, we used to have like signs, well, corporates had signs, rezoning, and they put it on the property.
We can do that too.
I don't know, do we have those signs, Sal?
One of our maintenance guys said that we do, but we'll double check.
You know, it says, I think when Lori had to add a little sign where people say, hey, and it has a notice when the hearing was.
For the
Yeah.
public hearing. Maybe we can even talk to the post office and see if we can put something
Yeah.
at the post office. Because there's still a lot of people that go to the post office for their mail.
And just, so you know, that residents at least 200 feet away were sent notices.
Okay.
Property owners, and we did it to a few people who weren't necessarily property owners, but lived there, so we
Right.
made sure that we sent something to them as well.
Okay. Well, since we have nothing else and we didn't have anyone come out to speak, we're going to go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it.